Cut that out.
You know what? I like doing this show. I look forward to this.
I do. I enjoy it.
It's a lot of fun.
It is fun. It's
a lot of work too. Don't get me wrong. Editing this shit.
No work for me at all.
I am. I just leave the social stuff to you.
It is.
Let me edit this shit.
I'm struggling with it. It's hard. It's hard for me to do that. It's easy if it was just like, hey, you know what? I need to get those fucking business cards. Because if I was just outside, I was like, hey, listen to my show, bop, 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 bop. I could do that easy.
No.
You know, if I carried around like a gay notebook, I should get a Hello Kitty notebook and just like talk to people and just be like, oh, this is my radio show. Just listen to it.
And they'll be fixated on your notebook.
Leave an impression, right?
You know, we're like almost 15 minutes late starting the show, right?
Midnight 30 podcast.
All right.
Okay.
It's weird that we're not doing it with the music on right now.
But I feel better right now because it's not like welcome to midnight rock. You know, I don't know.
Last time it was a bit much.
Good evening, folks. It's midnight 30 on 9/25/2012. This is the Midnight Podcast with your hosts,
Big Daddy Ghost, aka the Bear Jew.
And who am I?
Dan, the onlyest black Viking in history.
I like how you say onlyest. I like that.
It puts that spin to it, doesn't it?
Makes it sound a big dick status.
Your dick shorts.
So we got a good show for you guys
We
tonight.
got an excellent show tonight.
Brought to you by New China.
What's that number?
I'm not gonna say it. I say it every time.
869 infinity symbol, infinity symbol, infinity symbol. You just turn those infinity symbols upright, and you got the phone number.
This is America, where the people fuck calls. Okay, so the number's 869-0888. Call us. We deliver.
We deliver to Spencer. We deliver to El City. We deliver to Midwest City. We fuck around a little bit on the edge of Oklahoma City.
We just rub on the
And we put our butts on Shawnee sometimes. So this guy, his son's laptop or desktop
got a bunch of viruses.
Okay.
All right. So he's like, Dad, I've got all these viruses.
Is that what he sounds like?
That's what I sounded like when I was 13. And I had a bunch of viruses. Oh, man, I fucked up our computer. Oh, wow. Yeah, I fucked it up. For the same reason that this kid did. His dad goes, fixes his computer.
Right.
All right. And he checks his Google Chrome history. Blank. Nothing. All clean, right? So the kid's like being smart.
Yeah.
He goes to Internet Explorer, which nobody should use.
Ever.
Checks that history, full of porn. Just all
so
porn.
Not only is he using the wrong browser, he's going to the wrong websites?
Yes, full of like these abduzitos and just random numbers and letters. And what the guy does, his son was at school or whatever, so he fixes his computer and he writes him a note. I'm not going to read the whole note, but it's something like, I found your porn. Okay. So he wrote him a note. I want to start out by saying that I love you, and I'm not trying to embarrass you, but I found your porn history in Internet Explorer. I used to be 13, so I know how it is. I remember what it was like, hormones or whatever.
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad, but these, random porn sites can really fuck up your computer. And obviously it's a Mac, because it's $1,800. So, if you're gonna look at porn, look at these safe porn sites.
The dad's got like a ready list of sites. Like, let me tell you where I go, and it doesn't mess up my computer.
I use at least one of these safe porn sites. I go to Xvideos.
Don't say anything incriminating.
Everybody looks at internet porn. Literally, like I'm 100% certain. If you know how to type the word porn in a computer, you look at internet porn. Moving on. But so he wrote the note and said, I love you. Go to these safe porn sites.
I like how he ended the note. It says, I love you, and I couldn't be more proud of you.
For hiding the porn?
A little bit awkward situation. Well, he's trying to keep things open.
He's being a nice, good dad. And that's cool. Do you think that was the right way to handle it?
Well, he did tell him that, I'm not going to tell your mom. Which, unless he was doing something that would get him in trouble or hurt himself, there's some things that a father and son should be able to talk about.
Yeah.
That the father's not going to turn around and be like, hey, me and kiddo were talking about blowjobs today.
So there is man stuff that.
I think there's man stuff. I think, women do the same
Would
thing
your
with
wife
daughters.
agree with you that there's man stuff?
I think so.
I don't know if mine would. I think my wife would be like, you need to tell me. But
I think
wouldn't.
I think there's that initial want. Yeah, I do want to be in the loop all the time. You don't have to tell her the conversation, but you could be like, we talked about some stuff today.
Yeah.
You don't have to go out and embarrass you.
Really?
So I mean, once again, it goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do think he handled it the right way. I don't know that I would give my kids,
That's like
porn
giving your
sites to go
kids
to.
your Playboys. So I mean, is that something?
But I mean, he knows his son's doing it anyway. He just wants him to be safe and not wreck $2,000.
See, I don't know. I had to stumble across my first pornos. We had some boxes in storage or something like that. Just an empty room that we were just storing stuff in. And I was just going through them. I found some, they were old Hustler cereals though. They had pictures. They were little. They looked like TV guides of porn. Some pages had pictures.
Did you hold it really close to your face whenever
you have to hold it really close. But at that time, it was still an imagination phase. So I would read the stories and get hard off the stories. And then shortly after, I found my first porno box. Not even a video. I just found the box of the video. I guess my mom had found the video and threw it away or destroyed it. And it's a weird relationship. I don't know. But I found the box and I was like, whoa.
Can we call your mom and ask her about the story?
I don't know if she ever knew that I had the box.
You just kept the box around.
I hid the box in my room under the pillow or something like that.
Do you remember what the box looked like?
I do. I have a clear memory. I remember exactly.
You remember the title of the video?
I don't remember the title. It was the guy. There's a Spanish guy. He's got a mohawk and a giant fake penis that he just sprays cum all over the girls. You never seen this guy?
No.
He's
it's good.
You don't want to?
Not right now.
See
We got
him?
lots of shows to cover.
Okay. But yeah, so I don't know. But you think it's okay to be you're gonna look at porn, look at this porn?
I think even if you're against it, even if you're don't do this, you don't have to berate the kid over it. I mean, he's gonna be young and horny, and his hormones are gonna be raging.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
because they're gonna do it anyway.
I think instead of browbeating him, you need to just.
Yeah.
I'm coming up on that age, so I'm trying to be as supportive yet firm as possible.
Do you think it's better if you try to put parental controls on the computer and block the porn, or do you think it's better to be here's a Playboy, just make sure you go in the bathroom? Which one do you think makes a better person?
I think you have to find
a happy medium.
Yeah, you have to find a happy medium.
Really?
Yeah. Am I gonna go home and lock down my computer to keep my kid from getting online? Maybe. If he starts fucking up my computer, definitely.
Okay. So I get it. I don't have any kids, so I don't have to deal with this kind of situation.
I'm coming up on it.
Yeah.
Full speed.
If this happens, tell me. I want to know what happened.
All right.
You don't have to say it on the air. It'd be better if you did put his name and his picture out there on Facebook. No. I just want to know just how you do it. Okay. Oh, the Yankees have been stiffing our servicemen and women. Do you call restaurant servers and stuff servicemen and women?
I don't think so. I think that carries more of
a militaristic
tone.
But what do you call them then?
Wait staff.
The wait staff?
Yeah.
So what happened here? The Yankees.
So the Yankees have
spent a lot of money on their players and are winning, just like always. Don't the Yankees always win?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't follow baseball. The game is so fucking boring.
I don't get it. It's fun to play. It's
fun to hit.
It is fun to hit balls and throw balls and catch balls.
I don't like to watch people play it though.
Yeah, I can't imagine how that would be entertaining at all.
So the Yankees have this hospitality service called Legends Hospitality LLC, which is a corporation created to run concessions.
Okay. Okay.
Dallas Cowboys is in on this. Goldman Sachs, and of course the Yankees. They're using the service. They've had this service fee that's been tacked on
to every
for
order.
3 years they ran this.
Okay.
2 or 3 years. And if you're in the upper level seats where it's tickets are between $100 and $300, you can order off this menu, and then the wait staff will just
They'll
bring
bring
shit
you
to
some
you.
food, yeah.
And on the ticket, they automatically put on there $20 service fee.
Uh-huh.
And then they've got a sign in the concession area that says, I don't want to misquote it. Oh, additional gratuity is at your discretion.
Okay,
Now,
yeah.
if I handed you a check, okay, let's say it's for $320.
Yeah.
Right?
The $20 is service fee.
So it's $340 now, right?
Okay, yeah.
That service fee is already tacked on. Now at the bottom, if you see
Additional
gratuity is at your discretion, what does that say to you?
That means if I want to add extra tip to my
So extra tip is the main
extra tip.
phrase.
That's what I would
Right.
think.
Okay.
That's what anybody would think.
They've just been collecting the money, and it doesn't get passed on.
Yeah.
Now, they stopped this last year. They haven't started it up this year.
Uh-huh.
2012 season. But up to 2011, they've been charging people, and everybody just assumed that it was going to the wait staff.
Uh-huh.
Wait staff hasn't been getting any of that money.
So they just been
So now there's a 32 man or woman team
uh-huh.
of wait staff people that worked those years.
Yeah.
And they're suing for damages between $500,000 and $1 million.
Damn, that's money.
That's cash money.
They put an extra $20 on every ticket between such and such year, and it equaled out to over $500,000.
Well, you have to think, we're talking about hundreds and hundreds of seats. And anytime anybody
Yeah.
orders anything off the menu, that's an extra $20 added on to their ticket. Just automatically, just $20. You buy a hot dog, I don't know how much hot dogs go.
Yeah.
I imagine they're quite expensive in New York. Maybe like
I don't know.
10, 15 bucks. I don't know. Because I've seen the hot dogs. They're fucking huge.
Uh-huh.
Right? $15 hot dog, $20. Yeah, it jumps up to $35. Plus you pay for that
Yeah.
$8 Dixie cup full of beer.
That's like a
So I mean, that's
scumbag
like
move.
$50 right there just for beer and a hot dog.
And
with your
there's no
$20
way you're good
additional
if
fee.
you see additional. I mean, if you see service fee on there, and then it says additional tips at your discretion, there's no way you're gonna tip your waiter or anything like that because you're assuming.
That they're already getting 20
Yeah.
bucks out of me.
I mean, people already even assume that the $1 fee that New China charges goes to us.
And it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's just their delivery fee.
Just for having us around.
Yeah.
We don't get that.
That
And
goes
by
to the
way,
base pay, our base
If you guys
pay.
have seen my tweets, my Facebook posts telling me, "White boy, you are cute," is not a tip. That just pisses me off.
Yeah.
And I walk away pissed off. I don't care how cute you think I am. I'm the fucking bear Jew. I'm fucking sexy. Alright? That's not a tip.
Tip is what? 15%?
I generally,
20%?
if I get good service, and I always try to give good service, even just delivering
Mhm.
food, 20%.
20%, right? Yeah.
But I took an order out today that was like $40, and they tipped me $1.
They gave you $1.
Here you go. I won't tell you what group of ladies that was, but
Why not? Sexy?
no. Well, some of them were. I can tell you this: if I ever get sick, I hope I go to that hospital. Them nurses were banging. Anyway,
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
and it wasn't the nursing home. Oh man.
Goodness.
So,
but 32 waiters or whatever get to split this money if they win.
Yeah, if they win this lawsuit, it's 1,032 ways.
Fucking more than I'll ever make.
1,000, there's a million.
You can do the slash.
That's
31,000.
over $30,000.
Yeah,
I think
that's like a year
Kaboom.
paycheck. Yeah.
not in New
For-
York, but
Yeah.
it would be here.
But I mean, that's a lot of money that
That's
they were
$10,000 a year that they were getting.
gypped out of. Yeah.
And that people thought that they were getting. Because like you said, whenever I look down at the ticket and it says service fee $20
Yeah.
and then additional gratuity at your discretion,
That means I don't have to
that's
give
basically
anything extra.
that's basically like Legends Service, or what is it called?
Legends Yankee Dickhead Service.
Legends Hospitality LLC.
Uh-huh.
That's basically them writing at the bottom of your ticket. You don't have to tip
You don't
these
have to
people
tip
if you
these
don't.
people. Yeah.
That'd be fucking bullshit. So yeah, they're not only are they suing for that chunk of dollars, but also for damages if you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. I
people
mean,
missed their bills during that time whenever they should have had an extra $10,000
exactly.
added on.
Exactly. It's. I mean, are they?
Plus their attorney fees. So we'll see. That this article that I read on Yahoo Sports says that the Yankees don't like to go to court over their stuff. So we'll
they're
see if they settle out.
Yeah.
If I happen to catch this later on and see how it's going, we'll update and
Yeah.
see.
Because I'm
how it's
interested
going.
in this because that's
You'll probably settle for an undisclosed amount and just.
fucked up though.
It is fucked up.
That's fucked up.
What's right next to New York?
Jersey.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
You ever see that skit on SNL?
Nope.
Whenever they have the one guy play the mayor of New Jersey. Or no, he's the governor.
Chris Christie.
He plays the governor. I guess he's blind. Talks funny. He always talks shit about New Jersey. No, you've never seen this before?
I've never seen it.
We'll have to pull it up.
We'll have to find that. I don't know.
So St. Peter's prep football.
So they were playing a.
Okay, so it's the Kearney High School football squad.
Mm-hmm.
They were set to play St. Peter's prep football. All right.
Yeah.
But I guess St. Peter's got nicer equipment and bigger dudes.
Yeah.
And a better all-around program. And
Kearney forfeited.
Kearney forfeited. They didn't want to get fucked up.
Was it say Kearney simply felt that St. Peter's was too skilled for it to succeed in the game? What?
How does that make you feel?
That's ridiculous. Like, okay, football is like, aside from just being a sport, it's supposed to like build character,
Right.
You know, make you a better man,
Right.
form good teamwork and all that stuff. You know, especially in the high school and the element, you know, in your formative years, it's supposed to form you into a better person. I mean,
Okay.
that's what I feel like.
I
that
agree.
is. So what are you teaching these guys? Back down from every challenge that looks hard? That doesn't
Whenever
make
you
sense.
see, a bigger team,
Yeah. If you see somebody,
don't get your ass kicked. Just tell
quit.
them they win.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
Did they go out on the field and all curl up in
Look
little
at
balls?
this list of topics we have for the show tonight. I'm done.
I know it's too
You
big.
finish the show. I'll just edit it tomorrow.
I'm afraid I won't do well tonight, so I'm just not going to. I'm going home. But based on this other story that we got,
But we live in an age where everybody gets a ribbon for participating. Everybody gets a little trophy, and now you don't even have to
you
participate.
don't even have to. Yeah, it is.
You just
The whole
man, those
team-
guys are big. We're just gonna.
We're not gonna play them.
No.
Who said this? The coach or
Yeah.
the school?
The coach.
The coach was like, "I don't believe
The
in
Board
you
of-
guys."
The
You
Board
s-
of Education and the superintendent made the decision not to play the game for safety
What?
concerns.
What?
The Board of Education.
So not the okay. If it was the coach, I'd be like, "That's crazy." So the school is so pussified and scared of lawsuits. You think it's a lawsuit thing? Like you volunteer to play football for the high school football team,
right,
knowing everything that entails.
right.
But when it's time to do it,
You tuck your dick in your butthole and you run for the hills. That's exactly what you do.
But it's not even. I wonder if the guys they wanted to play or not.
I bet they did.
I'm
wanna
sure they
play.
wanted to play. They're fucking football players. That's what they want to
do.
do. But the principal and the board of education, school board or
They're
whatever,
like, our guys look kind of sick.
that's ridiculous.
It is unculous.
There's no way they should be able to do that.
Let's face it, we are extreme opposites in terms of competitiveness. What kind of fucking
What?
statement is that?
What? They're in the same fucking league. Don't the leagues go like
So you're
double
telling me
A,
that the
triple
other
A,
team
whatever?
was more competitive, so we should just quit. Well, then
Just-
they stay the most competitive team because you
Exactly.
guys fucking pushed
That's-
out. Pulled you guys out.
You know what? This reminds me of like the whole country as a whole is kind of like this. Not just pussified, but like for some reason we feel that if we are at the bottom or if we're not as lucky or successful or rich as someone else, that we shouldn't compete with them. Like we shouldn't even try because we're gonna lose or something like that.
Not only that, but what does it do for the other team? They get a win that they don't have to work for.
Yeah.
They get an ego boost that they didn't have to work for.
I don't think they get an ego. I feel like that
You
they
don't think they're walking around right now going, we're so
Oh, yeah,
fucking
it's true.
badass,
That
they
they-
didn't even want to fuck with us.
But then that lowers, like, if you win because you didn't play, like, that makes you a worse team. Like, because you should play as much as you can.
Right.
To be, they got good because of their experience or whatever, because they worked so hard. If they don't have to work hard, they're not good anymore. And so that just lowers them down so that everybody gets lowered down.
Everybody lost in this situation.
Yeah.
Both teams.
That's crazy to me. Like, so what is it, like, I feel like all the other schools and teams should shun this one team. Like, I know it's not the kids' fault, but, like, they should not be allowed to play high school football anymore. If they can't play high school football, then they can't play high school football. It's just that simple. You can't play against this school, and you can't play against any school. Because every other school can play against this. If every other school is as good as this school, and you're not, then you're not as good as any other school. You're not in the same league. You can't play.
It's a good point.
I think every other team should either forfeit or just, they should just all get together and not just kick this other team out. They're out for the year.
I applaud you, sir.
That's what I think.
Excellent argument. They shouldn't be allowed to play any other team.
Exactly, because that's unsportsmanlike.
I agree. I hadn't thought about it like that, but I agree with you 100%.
I think that they should be allowed to play.
Should just fucking pull them for the rest of the season.
But that every other team should jack themselves off before and then shake their hand before they play. This ultimate disrespect.
Why?
They should fill orange juice. They should fill cups up with orange juice and throw them at them before they play the game.
Why? Why orange juice?
Just to disrespect.
You already see the people who are leading these kids, and you just want to run them straight into the ground. That's a whole athletic program.
Yeah.
You just want to commit suicide. They're all gonna buy Pumas and little track suits and drink funky Kool-Aid.
What are we talking about?
I don't remember.
I'm just thinking of a bunch of ways to humiliate.
It's not the kids' fault. Like you said, they probably want to play football.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. That's
That kind of bullshit just aggravates
it makes
me
you
to
angry,
know.
right?
Oh man. Greg on the show.
It's okay for defensive players to hit running backs full on with their helmets.
Yeah.
Because the running backs put their heads down, and they're allowed to do it too. The issue of the rule about the helmets pertains to the wideouts and the quarterback, so defensive players don't go spearing him with their helmets.
Yeah.
But that's at best, it is a judgment call in the hands of the officials.
Oh, really? Okay.
And it's kind of like enforcing a law about hate crime. How can you instill a law about something that's felt and thought of in the mind, and you don't have any definition for it? Because we have laws that protect people from crimes. Period. Well, this hitting with the helmets, if it's left in the hands of the officials, they're human beings too, and they're going to miss some, and they're going to overcall some.
Yeah.
And in between those two, somebody's going to get hurt, continue to get hurt. Now, the other issue to this is football players, from the time they start in Pee Wee football, or maybe a little bit later, certainly in high school and on up, they're juiced up to hit somebody as hard as they can.
Yeah.
To ring their bell, so to speak. Send the message, let them know you're tough, inhibit them, etc., etc. There's no such thing as a gentle tackle. That's why they had to protect the quarterbacks a number of years ago.
I
Because
generally
too many of them
tackle
were
my
getting
wife
hurt.
at least twice a day. When
You know,
she'll let me.
The question I've got
But then you
is,
violently
and
rape
I
her.
I haven't heard anybody talk about it. Is how come earlier years in football they didn't have these head problems?
Yeah.
If they did, they certainly weren't reported for everybody to know. So I'm going on the basis that it just really didn't happen near as much.
Well, number one, the size of the players has grown exponentially.
Yes, it
So
has.
that's part of the problem. The other part is that they didn't recognize a head injury whenever it happened back then. And now you got all these guys who started playing professional ball back in the day, and now they've all got dementia because they've been hit in the head so many times.
What was it? What did it used to be called? Getting your bell rung or something
Yeah.
like that. Right?
Yeah.
And it was just a part of the
It was
game.
no big deal.
Yeah.
You looked all right the next day, or
Yeah,
oh,
you
you
go
got a
back in
little
the next-
concussion. It's nothing.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know about whether or not everybody should be as involved or as wound up about it, other than the players themselves. They're trained, as I said, let's say from high on up, to be like this.
Yeah.
They know that the other guys are trained to be like that, and that's one of the risks relative to the rewards of the game.
That's what I said. They're getting paid millions of dollars. They can fucking pay their medical bills. They don't have to blow it all on Aston Martins. You can get a Ford Fusion now instead. Well, you don't need an Aston Martin. You can pay your doctor bills. I understand that at once upon a time there was a point where we weren't as educated about this stuff, and now we've got players who are like 60, 70 years old who are in heavy dementia, and they weren't getting paid millions of dollars. But nowadays,
Oh, that's right. That's very right.
the average contract is, a couple million at least a year.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
play devil's advocate here. So right now, it's all good. They get paid the big bucks to take the big hits.
Right?
Well, that's right. That's right. They're definitely right.
But does do the big hits, are they necessary for people to enjoy the game? If the hits weren't as big and it put the players in less danger, would you like football less? Would football make less money?
Well, let me ask you this, okay? If they went to a touch system, do you think that they'd make as much money? If they started hanging flags off their belts, do you think it'd make as much money?
No.
No. If I see a game where people aren't, just like battling it out, I want to see them fucking battle. Those are the good games. If not doing it, then I don't watch that game. I turn it off.
True. I have to agree with you. When an individual becomes a policeman or a fireman, and they know the risks of the job for the pay, and they have to decide whether they want to do it or not.
That's actually an excellent point, because
That
I was a
does make
prison guard
sense.
for 2 years, and I saw some of the unsafe work conditions that my fellow officers were in, and I just decided that the pay wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it, to not possibly come home.
And also, there are these guys who are the ultimate fighters. They get in these octagonal
The UFC?
They can do anything they want to each other, just about, and that hasn't become an issue. And I happen to think that ring fighting is far more brutal than football is.
It is. You're taking repeated, focused blows to the head.
Yeah, and I also rank boxing as more brutal than football. Football has some modicum of protective gear, and
Boxing, you get a
hits are
mouthpiece.
always going to be part of the game. You can't
your grill.
rule on performance. You just can't.
That makes sense. I get it. I understand. But then, do you guys think we're going to a place where we're going to eventually just come back with the gladiator arena? I mean,
Isn't that
because
what we're
You
doing?
said that.
we got the UFC, we're just
Sunday.
gonna go all out and just
Start killing people?
hey, fight for life.
As long as we have bleeding heart liberals, we'll never have a death match anymore.
I think we can do it in Thailand.
In Thailand.
It'll start out in Thailand,
It's already going on in Thailand.
right?
They put the 2 fingers on the throat and they're like, "Ah!" And then the crowd goes wild. People collect their money. And then they go watch the cockfight.
Do you guys think cockfights and dog fights and other types of bear baiting, is that morally wrong?
I think it is.
I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the animal doesn't know.
Animal, I disagree. See, I disagree.
That's alright. You can disagree.
I think people don't have to be in harm's way, but animals serve people. They have jobs. Optimally, your dog has a job.
But you don't put your dog in danger.
Why not? There's people soldiers, they can be dog soldiers. There's people football players that can be freaking pit bull bear baiting.
But you're putting the animal in danger.
You train it, feed it, love it, and it can kill bears. And then you put it in the ring and let it kill bears and make you money.
Well, I think you're a minority, Dan, because all you got to do is kind of look at how our society looks at it, and Michael Vick went to jail for it, so...
Yes, which I disagree. I don't think he should have went. I think it should be legal. That's just me, though. I don't know. I think football doesn't need hardcore spears.
I will tell you this. I don't think that cockfighting should be illegal. I think it's morally irreprehensible. But if you own the chicken, you can do whatever the fuck you want with your chicken, because it is just a chicken.
Exactly.
But I don't like it. I don't think you should. But I don't think it's to the point that it should be illegal. Does that make sense?
Well, aren't you...
I hear it. Yes.
Aren't you baiting and kind of satisfying that bloodlust in yourself by watching two animals fight to a death?
Well, I mean, aren't you doing that whenever you watch Expendables 2?
Yeah. When you watch, any violent movie
Judge Dredd in 3D?
Yeah.
The blood is flying at your face. I mean, we've got that nature in us. I think it's part of the problem that we have so many problems today. We don't get that out of our system.
That's why there's a moral and justice order to society. We all have some level of those feelings in us, but most of us keep them in check because we know that there's something wrong with it. That those people who can't keep them in check or won't keep them in check, that their laws are written for. And I just don't think an animal should be put in a circumstance that's not natural for them. Dogs or what have you, they're not put in those kinds of circumstances. In life, they have their certain areas that they are protective of. And if you've ever seen dogs do that, where one is coming to another one's territory, they'll get into a bit of a fight, but if one will cower down and run off.
They don't kill each other. I hear what you're saying.
This issue
We'll
of
just go into voting laws, get that segment done.
not feeding them blood and not feeding them for days and all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, Greg. So we're gonna talk about the voting laws. You said you had a strong opinion about that. The requirement to have ID when you go vote.
We have to have a photo ID for almost everything we do in life. We've now gone to photo IDs on driver's licenses. In some buildings where you work, you have to have a photo ID to get in.
Gotta have a photo ID to buy cigarettes, to buy beer.
There you go. There's another one.
Yeah.
And
buy a car, to get insurance for your car.
In our lives, the biggest responsibility we have in our lives is to vote. And I think the trend we've been on, less and less people voting, have allowed our political system to do what it wants to do, become rotted, because people just don't care. If you talk to people who've immigrated here especially from communist-held countries, or at least socialist-type countries that were led over by dictators, the one thing these people will say immediately when asked is, I love to be here because I can vote. It's one of the first things they'll say.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard it, and yet we treat it like, like a flyer on your driveway.
Yeah.
You know?
And the people that come here from places where they hold it in such high regard. It really is a special thing we have.
And yet,
Absolutely.
we have less than 60% of eligible voters who will turn out for the polls.
Yeah. I hate to use this as a example, I really do, but my wife is taking a position of saying, I don't think I'm going to vote this time. I asked her why not. And she said, well, I know that she voted for Obama the first time. She said, I know voting for him the second time is the wrong thing to do, but I just don't like Romney. I said, wait a minute. First of all, you realize that you don't cast a vote for the person. Nobody in America is voting for the person. If you read your Constitution, what you're voting is giving your electoral...
your electoral college representative...
of what you think it should be.
Yeah.
You're not voting for the person. Secondly, I've said to her more than one time, I said, look, this vote in America coming up is probably the most important vote that has ever taken place in America, because it is a proven fact, and we know that Mr. Obama has harbored and has been taught negative feelings and negative opinions of the United States and its capitalistic system, and he is out to tear it down.
Okay,
because his outlook on the world political system is that we need to get in line or get in step with everybody else.
Greg, I don't want to harp too much on Obama, but did you see 2016 yet?
No, my wife and I are going tomorrow night.
Oh my God, it is excellent.
that's
Grab a handful of friends, make sure you got some libs in there, and take them to go see the movie.
I haven't seen the movie.
It is excellent. I've never gone to the theater to go see a documentary before. This documentary is excellent.
Yeah, she read the reviews on it online. It was one after another. Nobody talked about whether they're Democrat or Republican or conservative or liberal. They all talked about how they had their eyes open, what a revealing issue this is.
I can tell you, Greg, he doesn't spend a whole lot of time on speculation. What he does do is he brings up facts and he gives dates and reviews. I mean, it's just solid stuff. He doesn't even touch on the border issue.
On the radio, on the talk programs.
I mean, it's just
very solid.
Go see it.
So what is it? Is Obama is a secret agent trying to destroy America?
Well,
because he won a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, as soon as he got in office, right?
Yeah.
If you can't tell me where the peace is that he created, I would like to know.
It's not in Israel.
That's nowhere. Not that I know of.
He wrote the book, Audacity of Hope, and another book. I don't know what it is.
Dreams of my father.
Yeah, we're living in times of big jokes. I mean, we're living in hilarious times, and I don't mean that as a happy hilarious. Yeah, it's pretty sad. This is a gentleman who announced his candidacy for president from the house of the leader of the American Communist Party, along with the second person in rank in the United States for that party. Now, I don't understand why nobody has knee-jerked about that. Everybody in Washington, D.C. seems to be just putting their heads down and letting it roll by, and yet it's a fact.
But here's my thing. I don't see anything that Obama has done I don't see the direction that we're going that's anywhere near communism. I mean, I know about the healthcare law, but that...
All right, all I'm going to say, I don't want to harp on Obama or go into this big political thing. I mean, we did talk about the voting, and I do believe people should show their ID, but go see the movie. I'm telling you, man. Go down to Tinseltown, $4 matinee, and it'll be like the best $4 that you spend. Fenton.
Well, the reason we're going tomorrow, and we are going to Tinseltown.
Are you going for the matinee?
It has the biggest variety of times to show.
Right.
We have our babysitter lined up, and we received my in-laws. Today's my birthday, or yesterday was at this point.
How old are you?
Oh man.
Oh.
Holding up. Oh.
As long as you get out and do it, that's the important thing.
I don't dance. Should I confess or what?
Yeah, it's no big deal. I mean,
Be proud of your age.
you're a strong, virile man. You just had triplets. Who cares?
I turned 65.
Right on.
Okay.
He's still making babies.
Making babies.
Yeah. So they
That's
gave
gonna
us
be
money.
me.
Yeah, I guess I'm okay because my wife is less than half my age.
Right on.
Yeah.
High five.
Yeah. So I got couple of things to brag about. So they gave me the money to take her out to dinner and to the movie. So
Awesome.
she's
Nice.
agreed to go 2016. And she said I'm interested in seeing it. So that's good.
You'll like it.
Yeah.
You'll like it a lot.
Yeah.
But as far as these voting laws, I'm going to play devil's advocate here again. All right, now I agree that showing your ID is a good thing. But why now? Why? We've been a country for however many hundreds of years. 1776 we started out. No IDs ever since then.
Well, actually, that's not true because a lot of places have required you to show ID whenever you vote.
It's just these.
That's correct.
But just recently, Obama's been like, you guys come in and vote. We don't care if you got ID or not, and that's what's turned it into such a hot button issue.
So
Yeah, it's an issue of driving in tons of people
On promises.
just rounding up people.
well, if it worked, it's like if he won last time because of a whole bunch of people without IDs voting, and then he's going to win this time because of a whole bunch of people without IDs voting. But, the powers that be are like, oh, nope, cut it off. That's cheating. But it's not cheating because it's been that way before. But then when he's guaranteed to win with the no IDs, we cut it off.
Well, no, I think this issue had come up before the last election and during the Bush administration as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is not a...
It's not a new thing.
No, not at all.
Whenever Bush got elected, they talked a lot about voter fraud. And then whenever Obama got elected, and the other side calls for voter fraud.
Oh, okay.
And now they're like, no, we
that's true.
don't find
That
any
is true.
evidence
Yeah,
of that
yeah.
whatsoever. So
That's true.
Well, Greg, we appreciate you coming on the show.
I'm pleased to be here. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, appreciate it, and I'll see you at work.
You bet. See you Friday.
Yeah, you enjoy your movie tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You said
Dave,
56?
I'll see you sometime soon. I bet.
65.
65.
Yeah, tell us how that movie goes. I guess maybe I should get out and see it.
You should get out and see it.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Find out who Frank Marshall is. You will
I'll
if
let
you
you know
watch the
on Friday if you
movie.
don't. And I appreciate the kudos on the birthday. I enjoyed being here. I'm willing to do it again anytime you want. Gabe, I will see you in person eventually.
Eventually.
I hope.
We're kind of playing night and day right now.
Yeah.
Hey, are you on Facebook?
No, I'm not.
Not on Facebook?
No,
Well,
I'm not.
even if you're not on Facebook, you can still go to facebook.com/midnightpodcast. I think we're going to move the show to Sundays and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
On those nights, Sundays and Wednesdays, we'll
Okay.
post our list of topics and the phone number that you can call.
Yeah, you just call
Or
in.
you've got Dan's personal number, so I mean, just give us a
Okay.
call. You can look over the topics. You can read up
Chime
online
in or
real
whatever.
quick. And
Yeah.
Just chime in with whatever you think.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, sir. Have a good night.
Yeah, it's great meeting voice here. Thank you.
Appreciate you staying up with us.
All right, man.
All right, you take it easy.
Good night.
Bye
Good
bye.
night. Sounds like a cool guy.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Cool.
Talking to Judge Dredd, that hobo got smashed by the door in like the beginning when they walk in. They're like, "You better not be here when we get out."
And then whenever he comes back out, he's like, "I told you not to be here."
and then they shut the whole building down and it smashes.
It's like he knew it was gonna happen. We'll get to Judge Dredd here in a second. Right now, there's another show.
Just another example of how great America is.
Oh my God.
The show My Strange Addiction.
And these people have, oh man, what are we doing to people? What
I
are
know
we doing
what.
to people?
Yeah, what have we done to destroy these people's lives so much that they do things like sniff baby powder?
Doesn't even smell good.
Like,
You think maybe her daddy was a pimp?
and she was
She's like,
used to
Daddy,
seeing-
I love you.
Yeah, his hand
What is
always
that
smelled
smell?
like baby powder because he smacked his mouth.
Baby powder.
Yeah. Bitches get the baby powder when they be bad.
Daddy, I want baby powder too.
Yeah.
Not right now. You're gonna be late for Little Spinners.
Little.
I'm gonna drag that one all through our podcasting career.
Okay, but what brought the show to my attention was this episode where this guy is dating his car.
Now, is it dating if the car doesn't reciprocate? That's such a strange
Like
term.
in the video, this guy was.
I'm kind of dating Natalie Portman.
I know,
now.
right?
By the way, baby, your blonde hair looks beautiful, but I like your brown hair.
I was gonna say I like
like
her
you
better as a
better as
brunette. Can I have a turn with her?
We break up. You know what you ought to do is sneak out and fuck this guy's car.
I know.
He'll be so upset to break up. So this dude like kissing the car like repeatedly,
Tongue kissing,
like,
making out with the bumper of his car.
and he's like laying underneath the car, humping it. Get on top, Chase.
Yeah. And what's really disturbing is the car is a guy. Why is it? I thought cars were women.
My car's a girl.
Mine is too.
Always a lady.
You
to
know,
me.
my car's got like trouble, so I could come on, baby, just make it home. You know, come on,
girl.
This guy is on top of his car, fucking licking it inside his car, kissing his steering wheel.
Rubbing his hands all over everything.
I literally did not. I covered my eyes for a while because I was watching it and it was just.
Did it pop up during Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah, I know.
Means
But
family.
He's living with a woman. Granted, she is hideous and horrible to look at. But
She's so horrible that
yeah,
instead of fucking his
instead
roommate,
of dating his
he
roommate.
names his car after a dude. And he goes outside and makes out with that.
Oh my gosh!
It's a breakdown of America.
You gotta know that you are a fucked up individual if you're dating your car. You gotta know. There's no way you don't know that I am a crazy fuck and I probably should stay inside the house as much as possible because they might mob up and stone me. Cause like, why would you go on a TV show?
I don't know.
There's no way you could convince me. If even one person, if I was like, even if I didn't know, if I was out one day and I kissed my car and then someone's
Listen
like,
here, Box. Give me my fucking Red Bull.
someone's like, hey buddy, what are you doing? Yeah, oh, this is my boyfriend Chase, my car friend Chase. And they look at you weird. I'm like, you don't have a car friend? Say, no, you're a fucking weirdo. Then you know, maybe it's time to hide my fetish. You know what? I wonder if there's car porn.
You know what? Let's take a break and drink some Red Bull.
Yeah. Delicious red. You know what? This has grown on me since the first time we started.
Aren't you glad
Yes.
Peer pressure works, people.
Yeah.
What other things can I get you to do?
Spike this Red Bull. We'll play man in car. Oh, this is Midnight Podcast. We'll be back in a moment.
And we're back.
I wasn't ready yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I gotta pee.
I do.
It's my third Red Bull.
I'm gonna pee off. Like a man.
You know what? I take pleasure in going outside. All right, we're back.
We're back.
Midnight Podcast.
I love this shit.
I think that should be our call sign or whatever.
Midnight Podcast. I love this shit.
I like it. I don't know. It works.
So this dude fucks his car. On the show, did you notice that they blurred out the little Chevy emblem?
Yeah, like.
By the way, that break was brought to you in part by Red Bull. It gives you wings.
Yeah, I just took a little flight.
Flew outside, took a piss.
Yeah. I need to. You know what? I cannot knock it, but I mean, I love pissing outside.
It's a manly thing to do.
It is, right? It's just like getting in touch with your like caveman side in a way.
You know what though?
What?
Hate pooping outside.
I've never done it. There's no way I could.
Don't try it.
Don't.
Don't try it at home, kids. All right, so
It's just disturbing. This. I mean,
did you notice like they blurred out the Chevy emblem
Chevy-
on the car?
yeah.
How do you not know that that's a Chevy Lumina?
Like.
My friend Jeremy had a fucking Chevy Lumina. It's a decent car.
Mm-hmm.
I never tried to make out
I
with it.
know. It's not so sexy. You want to splooge on the hood. Like, I figure that would be like the ultimate advertisement for your brand. Where of car, you know. Our cars are so fucking good, guys date them. Like if you saw, well, not if you saw, but if the advertisement for your Ford was that guys fucking love this car and there's like a little kiss mark on it.
Guys fucking love this car, or guys love fucking this car? It's all in the wording.
Well, I mean,
Have you seen the 2013 Fusion?
yes.
Now, is that a sexy car?
That's a
or what?
sexy car, right?
What does it remind you of?
Aston Martin.
It does. It looks just like the Aston Martin, doesn't it?
It does, right? Will they get sued for making a car that's so reminiscent of another car?
No, Ford owns Aston Martin.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So they,
I don't know at what point they acquired them, but I mean,
that's their so they can do what they want. They can make their Ford vans look like fucking. What is, does Aston Martin make a van?
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm poor. I don't know. I don't know. I barely know what an Aston Martin is, except for
It's a
James
nice
Bond.
car. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how you know it.
Mm-hmm.
Now Ford is mass producing James Bond.
I want to see the new James Bond.
I do too.
I have no clue what it's about or what's happening in it, but
What's
I do
that?
want to see it. Yeah.
Oh.
You want to fuck the Aston Martin? We're talking about
James
James Bond, the new one.
Do you like Daniel Craig as James Bond?
I do. I won't
didn't
say.
think I was going to like him.
Mhm.
I was like, this dude has nothing James
Yeah.
Bond about him. Then after you see him, he's just reinvented the character is what he done.
See, I like the new James Bond style.
Mhm.
It's just like grittier,
Yeah.
just a stronger James Bond character. Does it require Daniel Craig? I don't know. I like Pierce Brosnan as James. If Pierce Brosnan was doing this shit, I'd be like, oh, that's the shit.
But I don't think Pierce Brosnan's capable of
Of
doing
the-
this. You saw the shit that they had him doing before, and he was like, I quit. How do you
He's like,
quit
"You got
being
me."
James Bond? If they ever made me James Bond,
That's a gig I would do forever.
I would do it until I couldn't do it anymore.
Like, how does it? Why were there so many James Bond?
Franchise progresses.
They just
they hit a
swapped it.
certain age and they swap them out.
I don't know. So I don't dislike Daniel Craig as James Bond. He does a good job. He fits this guy well. This character, this James Bond version. I don't think he could have been the old James Bond.
I don't think I agree with that. I don't think he could pull off the
Only like suave,
the softer,
you know, that's not.
But him as a badass James Bond, not only do I welcome Daniel Craig in that role, but I welcome the role. I like
Yes.
the way the movies
I
are
like
going.
I like the style.
Whenever I saw, what was the first one? Not Casino Royale. Was that the first one?
Yeah, that was the first one.
What was the second? Quantum of Solace.
Yeah.
Okay, Casino Royale. Right from the get-go, I was hesitant about the movie.
Uh huh.
Watching him run out, keep up with that dude doing
That was
parkour.
cool as shit.
It was fucking badass.
It's cool. Very cool.
I was floored, and I was like, "Yep, I can
Get
do
down with this, yes. So, new James Bond, I like it. That's not on the list.
It's
That's
not on
just
the list,
extra
but
for you, motherfuckers.
there you go.
Extra. That's how much we love you. I love this shit.
Speaking of people taking on roles that have already been cast,
Judge Dredd. Who was that? That was
Carl Urban.
I don't know who that is. Country
he was
singer?
Also, no, that's Keith Urban.
Keith Urban. Oh, okay.
I don't even know how I know that. He was in Red. Did you watch Red?
I did see Red.
He's the guy that him and Bruce Willis get into the fight in the office.
Was he
And
in?
he's like, I just had my ass kicked by a senior citizen. He goes down to the archives, and he was like,
Was he in Born Identity?
I think he was in the second.
Yeah, he was in Born something. Yeah, he was one of them.
I think in the second movie, he's the big bad guy that they hired to take him out.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a great actor. I mean, he's
frowny motherfucker.
huh?
I say he's a frowny motherfucker.
Oh, well, look at look at where they cast him at. They just cast him in like badass parts.
Yeah, but I liked this movie, Judge Dredd.
Did you see it in 3D?
I did.
It was
Of course,
badass.
it
wasn't
was.
it?
I think it wouldn't have been as good if it wasn't in 3D.
Now then, as dark and gritty and bloody as the movie was, did it not have some of the most beautiful 3D scenes that you have ever seen in any movie?
Really
Wow.
well done 3D, like water sparkles when she was doing the thing with the water trail coming off
Right.
of her. Just a sense of depth and like the slow motion. It was really good.
You could, I don't want to say you could experience what they were experiencing, but you could definitely like relate
It's
to what
another
was going
level
on.
than any other 3D that I've seen.
Now let me ask you this: if slow mo was real, would you do it?
You know what? I was surprised that they didn't use it for fighting. Like, I was sure that at some point they were getting a tight spot where they had to have like super reaction, hit up the slow-mo.
I actually thought that was gonna happen.
I thought that was gonna happen. Nobody did that.
No.
I would use slow-mo.
If you're just like sitting around
I
the house.
don't know, not just randomly. I mean, what did it make you feel good, or did it just relax you? Like,
I don't know that it really got them high, but it had to. That's the whole point of it.
yeah, you know, and that the slow down time was just a side effect. Well,
Yeah.
if I took slow-mo and I could make a water trail that looked all sparkly and super slow-mo, that's cool as shit. I think that's
You think
I think that's what the high is.
the iridescent coloring? You think that was
I think that was part of
that
the
was
drug.
a visual representation of everything? Them getting high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like part of what the drug does.
Now, what was the deal? Like, whenever they took the drug, like they inhaled it, but like it looked like blood shot back up.
Yeah,
into the bottle.
see,
I didn't understand that.
It's like an inhaler
Right, but then whenever they
full of
did
liquid.
it, yeah,
Like, I know I used to have an inhaler. I don't remember it having liquid in it. It was like a compressed gas. It was like an aerosol can.
right,
Aerosol cans have liquid, little bit of liquid, right?
yeah.
So I don't know. It's weird. It's
So, out of
oh, my thing about the movie though.
oh, okay,
The movie was, I don't want to say violent because movies are violent these days.
right,
This movie was extra gory, detail, and what I mean by that is like there was one part where where Judge Dredd shoots a guy through the cheek, and it comes out the other cheek, and
50 Cent style.
yeah, his cheek
Yeah.
fucking explodes, and it's in slow mo, so it's like rippling, and you can like
Blood
see the
everywhere.
skin tearing and waving and flapping, you know, and like you never get that level of detail in any other movie. Like, even when other movies are gory, you know, and they have 3D or they use a mannequin and explode the head or something like that, it happens so fast because, you know, it's not slow-mo
Right.
that you never really see the goriness. But this one's so slow, you see all the details. Like, I don't want to give away the end of the movie, but fuck it. The woman fall.
No, don't. Just
Okay.
real. Do you want to be that guy
I don't
for
wanna-
millions of listeners?
I don't want to be that guy, but somebody.
But it was cool.
Well, I don't
Edit
want
all that
to.
out.
I don't want to give away the movie. At some point, you see someone hit the ground, and you see it from the ground's point of view, and you see like the face like shred up almost, and blood splatters everywhere.
Like an egg.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know if you've ever been to like one of those like Taliban sites where they show people's heads getting cut off and stuff like that. You wouldn't know how realistic that stuff was unless you knew.
Right.
And so it's really like realistic and gory, you know? And I don't have a problem with that other than to say there was a fucking lack of sexiness in this movie. Like, okay, so you see somebody's cheek flapping open, so you get your blood intake. But where the titties at? No titties in the movie.
It's not true.
Where were their titties at?
Whenever the dude's fantasizing,
You don't see her
first,
titties.
Whenever he first takes her from behind, you do see a flash of titties.
I did not see her titties. All I saw was her mouth drooling because he was like butt raping
It
her.
was right before that.
There's a quick
Because
flash
there's-
of titty.
There's the yeah.
Her titties.
Whenever he says, "So we're in my mind, we can do whatever." He's like, "I can do whatever I want." He whips out the guns. He's like, and she is like, "Just because you can shoot me doesn't mean that you can hurt me." She's like, you know,
Yeah.
it matters what I want too. And he goes, "But we can still do whatever I want." And then it shows him like behind her, and he's like grabbing her hair and like jerking her hips toward his crotch.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like completely nude. It's like a side shot, but you can see her boobies whenever he's like grabbing her,
Really?
'cause he's like,
Why weren't there any
then it, like,
slow-mo
flashes.
titties though?
and then it's like a close up of her face, and he's like got her on her back, and
And
she's
she's
like,
drooling.
"Two can play at this."
And then
too,"
he
and
puts her head down and she eats off his dick.
then it was Mama that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why didn't we see Mama's titties when she was in the tub?
I don't know.
That's a perfect titty shot moment right there.
Do you want to see Mama's titties?
I wanted to see
Even if-
somebody's.
Even if I saw Mama's titties, that fucking scar on her face would distract me so bad.
Really?
I
You
wouldn't
know
be able to
what?
look
The
down.
scar wasn't
Even
the
if
problem for me. It was her teeth.
Even if, oh yeah, no.
Yeah, when you just got like blacked up teeth.
That translates to real life too.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like,
You got fucked up teeth, and you're like, oh, crackhead.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Just having the blacked up teeth, I can't get down with it. I mean, I don't even know if it's your fault that it happens.
Right. I mean, some people have legitimate medical reasons.
But
other people just don't fucking brush, or they like.
Yeah, you know, they do their drugs or whatever.
They like meth. Judge Dredd, out of 5 stars.
For what it was, I say you should see this movie. I can't say you should.
If you like guns and blood and explosions and whatnot, it's definitely the movie for you.
Okay.
If you're a chick, there's probably a 90% chance it's not going to be on your favorite movies list. I liked it better than the other Judge Dredd movie that we had back in the day. I don't know what else to say about it. I enjoyed it. It was a guy movie all the way.
It was. Almost. There weren't enough titties for me.
Not enough titties in it. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm just being real. Not enough titties. I wanted Green Day. Did you hear about this? They had a big
Green Day is on the iHeart Music Festival, right?
Performing on stage, a 45-minute set, and the promoters or concert people cut it down to 30.
Ooh.
Well, they put on the you know, their little teleprompter, 1 minute left, you know, and they're just finishing up a song, ready to go into one of their new songs or whatever. 1 minute left all of a sudden. I can see why I would be angry. You know, you hire me, I'm a musician, this is what I do for my profession. You hire me for 45 minutes and then you just 1 minute.
If that's your profession, then you know that shit like that happens all the time. All the time.
Mm-hmm.
There are delays. People don't get all of their stage time, especially as long as they've been around.
Mm-hmm.
All right? They should know that shit just happened.
But you're a freaking...
They've lost 15 minutes. What is that?
You're a star.
It's like maybe 3 songs
I don't know.
that they got cut out.
Know.
I think Green Day's overrated anyway.
But Green Day doesn't think they're overrated. And that's the point. Green Day's like,
Billy Joe's got little man complex.
I'm a big star. I'm performing my music, and they're just gonna cut me off. They're gonna cut me off. Green Day for what? For who? Why they cut them off?
I would cut off Green Day for some Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style. I don't know if you guys have seen the Gangnam Style video we put up. One of our previous guests,
Mr. Philip Matthews, aka the Reaper.
He went all the way and did his Gangnam Style. We haven't done ours yet.
This shit's hilarious too.
It is hilarious.
Go to the Tumblr site, check it out.
Midnightpodcast.tumblr.com. Check it out.
I think we should put that video on like 4chan and just just let the T-virus acclimate.
Just put it out there. We can do that.
It was so fucking funny the first time I watched it. I couldn't breathe. I watched it with another NC-18 member. Mark the Murderous Davis. Both of us just... We were over Xbox Live, both of us just cracking up. And then at the end of the video, he's like, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
It was very entertaining. It was good. It was a good video.
I'm not going to say that I've never liked Green Day.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have. I like Dookie. And I like Nimrod. But after that, I mean, they got so... It's not even just that they were into politics. It's that they were so fucking whiny about the politics. I mean, we're talking about people that were making like millions and millions of dollars complaining about how George Bush wrecked their life and tanked.
Yeah, the economy or whatever. I mean, but that's what the stars are. They got big heads and big mouths. That's what they do.
But Billy Joe's a whiny bitch. He goes double platinum and then he writes a song called Boulevard of Broken Dreams. What the fuck does he know about broken dreams? He's living out the American dream.
I don't know.
Whiners.
But I'm just saying, I would be angry if I was performing. If we were on this podcast right now and then someone was like, you got 1 minute left, shut it down so that your 5-year-old neighbor from next door can sing the national anthem on your mic, your rock band mic.
But that's not their mic. That's iHeart.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Like, would you be happy or would you not be like, no, fuck that? I want to finish.
I would. No, you're absolutely right. I would not be happy. Would I just go on a tirade?
and break your guitar.
I mean, it's
and stuff
not
like
like the only fucking show that they're playing. They had technical difficulties. They had to give up 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Quit fucking whining. You're getting paid millions and millions of dollars to play music.
Yeah.
People love you, and for fuck's sake, I don't even know why they like you at this point. They're not punk rock anymore.
What, I don't know any of their current music. Do they have any new current music
I
out?
couldn't tell you because I don't fucking listen to them anymore.
I don't know.
Green Day is like a chick that I had a crush on back in the day and I would mess around with.
Uh-huh.
And then you find out that they just fucking whine and want shit all the time. And then you're like, no, girl, fuck off. And then you still hear them in the background, but you're not listening.
You're not listening to what they're saying.
It doesn't matter how good the blowjob was. Once you get turned off, you're turned off. And that's the way Green Day is to me. They just fucking turned me off.
Mm-hmm.
Music.
I don't know. I like some of their stuff, but it wasn't enough to keep me interested.
I still like Good Riddance.
I don't even know what that is.
You know, Time of Your Life.
You'll have the time of your... Oh. Was that a good song?
Yeah, it's a good song.
I'm iffy about it. I don't know. Green Day.
And then they found out that they could venture away from punk and still make music, and so they just went totally pop.
Is that what kind of music they make? I want to hear one of their songs.
Let's find something recent. First off, I want to hear him bitch about how he got shortchanged. Okay. No. Now, this makes more sense, all right? They had a 45-minute set, and it got cut to 25 minutes. All right, so that's like half their set.
Yeah.
It's not just 15 minutes.
Okay,
that I would be upset about.
So Usher could have more time. Usher's a big... I mean, I can't argue with that.
I mean, if it came down...
I couldn't say which one is better than the other one. They make different type of music. You
Right.
know? So I can't say that that's a bad move, but I can understand why you'd be angry.
Looks like a crazy show.
I've only been to one concert in my life, and that was Whitney Houston in Hawaii. That was it.
I want to play the new song. Fuck this shit. He's got 1 minute left, and he's gonna bitch about having 1 minute left for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Listen to him. What a
Well,
fucking
yeah.
sense of entitlement. I've been around since
Yeah.
1988. I'm not Justin Bieber, you motherfuckers. I'm 2 inches shorter than him.
Takes him a long time to destroy that
He
guitar.
can't even fuck up the guitar.
Right.
Fucking
It takes a
beat
while.
prick. Look at that. Like he's hot shit.
He's Green Day. He is.
No, he's not.
So what did he do? He did he apologize or something?
So it says like right after that, he went into rehab for substance abuse.
He was just on like
So that just goes on to prove, you know, not only does he have the little man complex, he thinks he's entitled because he's been around since 1988.
Yeah.
I've been around since 81, bitch. Where's my fucking minute? It's on the Midnight Podcast, brought to you in part by New China. New China, what's that number?
405-869-0888.
And also, hopefully pretty soon, brought to you in part by Red Bull. It gives you wings.
Wings on your balls. Yeah.
Billy
Red
Joe.
Bull.
I'm not even gonna fucking link his.
You're not gonna link the
fucking
story?
tirade. No, fuck that guy. Are you laughing because of this headline?
No.
Oh, just my
Billy
distaste
Joel,
for
yeah.
Billy Joe Armstrong.
Is that his name?
Billy Joe Armstrong.
Billy Joel?
No, Billy Joe.
Billy Joe. It's like a gay name.
He's Canadian.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah. Oh, god damn it.
I wonder if he flies U.S. Airways.
He might used to. Not now. He's fucking on Dr. Drew's show.
So this flight attendant tries to pass through the Philadelphia International Airport with a loaded .38 revolver in her purse.
Yeah. What the fuck?
What the fuck indeed?
Yeah.
She works for the airline. At what point did she miss the briefing that you cannot take a loaded gun on the fucking airplane?
So she just goes through security like normal, like nothing, and beep beep beep, and they do the pat
Yep.
down.
Yep, she went through a security checkpoint and they found a loaded. It was fucking loaded.
A loaded handgun. Why did she? How can you This is fucking 2012.
It was a Smith & Wesson, too. At least it was a nice revolver.
Right.
I mean, who doesn't know not to take a revolver on the plane?
I don't understand. Okay, I want to know. If you go into the airport with a gun, but it's a legal gun, you have it, and they're like, beep, 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 and they're like, what the oh, it's my gun. And they take it from you, nothing happens. They just take it from you, or you go to jail. You get arrested?
They probably just keep you from getting on the plane, ask you why you have the gun, confiscate the gun, you miss your flight. You probably get fired for being a fucking retard.
Yeah, well, in this case, yeah, that's pretty, simple.
She had a valid concealed permit.
Yeah.
Not only that, but the TSA took the gun from her, right?
Okay, yeah.
Tried to unload the gun.
I like the way you say tried to unload the gun.
Well, I guess in a way they did, because the fucking gun goes
Yeah.
off. That's why we don't get fuck TSA! That's why we don't give TSA people fucking guns.
What? They confiscate the gun and shoot it. What the hell?
They confiscate the gun because it's not safe for her to take it on the plane. And then they fire a revolver. You know how fucking hard it is to fire a revolver? You have to stand there and fucking pull the
that
trigger. Your hand.
That's crazy.
You have to have your hand on the grip and your finger on the trigger, knowing that the fucking gun is loaded.
That is ridiculous.
Unless some dumbass on top of that went ahead and cocked the fucking gun.
Yeah.
Oh my god, fucking TSA. I flew earlier this year.
Uh-huh.
Stupid fucking
Are they stupid?
dumb motherfuckers. Dumb. Dumber than dumb. Alright? Check this out.
Okay, what
I
happened?
had like a half empty bottle of cologne
Uh-huh.
that I had taken on my carry-on. I didn't mean to. It was late and I didn't fucking think about it. They pulled it out of my bag, held it up for everybody to see. Whose is this? Whose is this? Whose is this? So it's mine.
Yeah.
I left it in the bag. I know. Get rid of it.
Yeah, throw it away and be good.
30 seconds goes by. Whose is this? Whose is this? Whose is this? It's mine. I already told them throw it away. Just throw it away so we can go.
Yeah.
Okay. Sit down. Whose is this? Whose is this? Whose is this? It's fucking mine! Throw it away! Throw it in the trash can! Alright? They throw away, which is just
A little bit of cologne.
minute amount of cologne. What did they pass through? Whole jar of hair pomade,
Mm-hmm.
whole bottle of shampoo, 2 bottles of my brother's cologne.
Yeah.
But they pulled the one out and was
Yeah.
like, who is this? Who is this? Fucking TSA is the worst thing that ever happened to...
I don't remember. Dude, the TSA has been around for a while.
Since 9/11.
Oh, so they were
Yeah, they're
just
new.
created.
Yeah.
I don't get like.
Throw away the one little bottle of cologne. We got
It's a pretty
shampoo
simple- yeah.
through, toothpaste, other colognes, a whole jar of Axe pomade. What else? What other liquids did we take with us? I think there was like a bottle of lotion.
Mm-hmm.
So all kinds of shit. That was right there with
Yeah.
the same bottle. Not only that, but I had to tell them at least 3 times.
3 times.
It might have been more than that. At least 3 times. I told them just to throw the fucking cologne away.
Yeah.
What do they do? They set it
ridiculous.
on the counter, and the next
And the
dumbass
next
that
one
walks by,
finds it.
who is it? Whose is this? Who is this? Okay, they'll take your fucking nail clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I carry nail clippers on my keychain. All right?
Yeah.
They didn't take those. They weren't on the keychain at the time. But they'll confiscate them at your security checkpoint. Walk through. You know what you can buy on the other side of the fucking checkpoint? A pair of clippers. Where's my keys? They will take these. All right.
The normal
How
nail
big are
clippers,
these? Like 2-3 inches, maybe.
2 inches?
2 inches?
Yeah.
You can buy a pair of clippers at least twice as big as these,
Yeah.
where they sell all the magazines and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Buy it there and just take it on the plane. But they'll take
Yeah,
this
they'll take
at
it from you at the check.
TSA checkpoint. Fucking That's all. I can't tell you how. They're on par with Billy Joe. As far as fucking retards go. And they walk around there with their chest all puffed out.
Yeah.
You guys aren't fucking shit. They don't even give you motherfuckers guns. And nobody likes you.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like the highway patrol. Everybody fucking hates you. It's people going out of their way to be stupid.
Yeah. But in this case with the gun, though.
Okay, yeah. You don't take the fucking loaded gun on the plane. That lady is just as dumb as the TSA people who tried to unload it.
So I guess they didn't, but there's no motivation or anything about the woman, why she took the gun.
She probably thought she's got the concealed license.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
You gotta be pretty thick-headed.
Pretty dumb.
I feel like everybody's getting stupider and stupider.
We got people fucking cars. People taking loaded people taking loaded guns onto airplanes. Our pets' heads are falling off. Dumb and Dumber.
They're just dumb and dumber. First you take the gun and then they fucking discharge it in the freaking. Oh, I bet it was just some TSA guy like, ha, look at what I got, ha, pew pew pew, and they shot it or something for real. Like just being stupid.
I guarantee you that's what it was.
No
Have you ever met a
explanation.
TSA agent?
I've been through airport security since 9/11 and stuff like that, but I never had a hard time. I would, I'd take my shoes off and wait and go. So I don't know. I never had a bad experience. I mean,
I can't really say that I had like a bad experience. It's like
But that's
it's not like they
annoying.
pulled me off to the side and questioned me or anything.
yeah.
It's just fucking stupid. Just over and over. Whose is this? It's mine. Throw it away. Whose is this?
Yeah.
It's mine. Throw it away.
Do we need the TSA?
No, we don't need the TSA. We don't.
We don't need them.
No, it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they prevent any? You don't think they prevent
Nope.
anything? So
I could take a hardened piece of plastic, stick it in my shoe. I could hide it in the sole of my shoe.
Mm-hmm.
They'd never find it. It would never set off anything.
Mm-hmm.
All they do is pick up your shoe, turn it over. You
Oh,
said
yeah,
yourself,
yeah.
They look at the shoe, boom. But you could have like a razor sharp knife.
Yeah, right under.
If it's a
the-
polymer, I mean, fucking Glock is made out of a polymer.
Yeah.
How hard is that shit? Not
Yeah,
only
I
that,
mean-
but these scanners,
Uh-huh.
they have dark spots on them.
Do they really?
There was a guy, and you can watch this video online, and I'll try to find the link to it.
Uh-huh.
He took a, it's like a 4x4, maybe not that big,
I
maybe
heard
like
about
a
this. I
3x3
think
metal
I-
case,
Mm-hmm.
and he's taped it to his side.
So yeah, to the side of them or something like that.
Because the body shows up as like white and everything in the background is black. So he taped it to
Yeah.
the side and it just blended in with the background.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. I don't know if they prevent any crimes or not. I think that we shouldn't have them just for the fact that people who want to commit crimes are going to find a way to commit crimes.
Right.
Regardless of how many deterrents there are.
Right?
So, holding up millions of passengers every day on the off chance that you catch that one guy who was going to do what he was going to do regardless. I think it's the math doesn't equal out. It
That's
doesn't
like,
equal out.
and it was after 9/11, had a bomb in his shoe.
Yeah.
Did they fucking stop that? No, it was the people on the plane that were like,
Yeah.
fuck this, we just went through this.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the highway patrol. We have the
You know
highway
what?
patrol.
I carried a tiny lighter with me. I didn't mean to.
Mm-hmm.
I had it with me from the night before. I was smoking a cigar.
Mm-hmm. Wink, wink, cigar.
I had it in my fifth pocket.
Uh huh.
Forgot to take it out. Went through the metal detector. Didn't set it off. Went through TSA. Went through the pat down.
Mm-hmm.
Was on the plane, and I went to pull something out of my pocket. And I was like,
What's this?
"Do I have my lighter on me? Oh my god, I've got a fucking
lighter?
lighter."
Yeah.
I looked at my brother. And I was like, "You see this?" He's like, "Put that shit away."
Yeah.
I am ridiculous.
What would you tell your wife about me before she met me? We were
She
already
met you?
doing the show before she met me, weren't we?
No, I think that was right before.
Was it?
What did I tell her about you? That you were cool to talk to.
Did you tell her we like to rub dicks sometimes?
No.
No?
No. She considers that cheating, so why would I tell her that?
What's that game called? Crossing Swords or something like that?
Something like that. Is that what we call it?
Yeah.
I usually just call it, hey Dan, let's rub our dicks together.
Red Bull!
Makes dick hard.
Oh, God.
So,
We're never going to get sponsored.
never, ever.
You don't think
It's
so?
only-
I don't know.
You want to go through our...
How you can reach us?
Yeah.
Oh, do we have that list still? You know, I saw an ad on Craigslist
Pull it up.
for some people who are like, we want a teammate to be a storm chaser with us. Would you ever be a storm chaser?
I've done that before.
What?
With digital cameras, just run around. Man, we did it on this one day. There was tornadoes dropping everywhere. We
Really?
were just like running out,
And just trying to get footage
just
and
getting
shots?
shots of tornadoes.
I could. Why?
Why not?
I mean, I hear you can sell them.
We were just
You
being
just,
stupid.
yeah,
We
just having fun.
We just
I'm not afraid of tornadoes, but I would never think to let's go ride
It's
at
a
it.
thrill.
Is it? I mean,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Especially whenever you get like a really good storm where like there's a tornado in Lawton, one in Ardmore, one in Fort Cobb, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Just run around.
Just run around
Shit's
getting
falling
pictures.
everywhere.
Oh, wow.
It's fun. It's a good time.
It says 8 people saw our post tonight already. There's a service called Ustream that'll stream us live.
Yeah, I told you about that.
Do you want to do that?
Well, whenever you were talking about... Ask me the question.
Do you want
Ask
to
me.
bounce them back and forth like last time?
Yes.
And I'm looking at MySpace. All right, people. So you can find us in several ways, like 2 or even 3 ways. What are those ways?
Like with a dude and like two...
Sometimes that works.
Cause, I mean, if we're talking 3 ways, I don't...
Have you never had a 3-way with 2 guys and a girl?
No.
Have you ever had the possibility?
Yeah.
Someone offered me to have. It's not like I would, play crossing swords or anything
Right.
like that.
Let's knock this out.
Yeah.
Alright.
We're just talking shit. All right. You guys can get us on Facebook, facebook.com/Midnight Podcast.
Or you can find us on Twitter at Dan, DAN_AND_Ghost, GHOST.
Go to our official YouTube channel. Like us, rate us, subscribe to us. YouTube.com/MidnightPod. That's Midnight POD.
Like the band?
What band?
POD.
I don't know what that is.
No? Okay. You can also find us on our website.
I do know what that is.
Oh, you bastard. You're so funny. You can find us on Tumblr at midnightpodcast.tumblr.com.
You can subscribe to the show on iTunes or your favorite podcast subscription service. Put the address midnightpodcast.libsyn. That's LIBSYN.com/RSS. You subscribe on iTunes, Google Reader, any podcast service. And finally, you can find us on
Stitcher.
Stitcher. Just
How does that go?
you just
You
search.
just
You type in
search.
Midnight Podcast, and we'll be at like the top of the list.
Don't forget to check out our MySpace page.
Yes, please find our MySpace because I don't know where it is.
What else? Special thanks to Greg for coming on the show tonight.
Yeah, the other driver at New China. You think the other guy Dan will come on the show?
You know, he does like beats and stuff for like rap music.
Does he really?
Yeah. So I told him, I said, get me some stuff and we'll find something and we'll use it like as intro and outro. And we'll give you a shout out.
That'd cool if he made like us an original. Just okay. That's it. We're done.
Of course, I am the Ghost, aka the Bear Jew.
What's your gamer tag?
Big Daddy Ghost, B1GD4DDY GH0ST.
I can't tell you what mine is. I don't know.
Oh man.
Hold on.
Find me on Xbox Live. Big Daddy Ghost, B1GD4DDY GH0ST.
We'll post mine later.
And we'll post the onlyest Black Vikings gamer tag sometime soon.
Because I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, thanks for coming to my crib. That's the show. You guys, get the fuck out. I'm Ghost.
I'm Dan.
Get the fuck out, everybody.
Have a good Good morning.
I don't care if you do or not. Just get the fuck out.
You're listening to Midnight Talk with Dan and Ghost. We're your hosts here. We're going to talk about some very interesting topics for you today.
Now, for those of you who have been following us online,
Our favorite topic for tonight, I think, is car fucking.
when is the last time that you made love to your car?
I like to touch my car gently in all its curves and bends. It's very sexual and pleases my dick a lot.
Sometimes, right before I touch my car, I go by Schweddies, pick up a sack of Schweddy Smalls,